Hello students and welcome to episode 80 of Max Sensei's online English lessons. I hope everyone is doing great, and today we have a very special topic. We are going to be talking about the most recent NASA's successful mission that sent a group of astronauts around the moon and back to Earth. It was called the Artemis 2 mission, and our essay is going to be about that today. So let's jump in. So the topic is called the Artemis 2 mission. In April 2026, NASA successfully completed one of its most important space missions in modern history, known as Artemis 2. The mission marked the first time in more than 50 years that astronauts traveled around the moon. It was not a landing mission, but it was a crucial step towards returning humans to the lunar surface and eventually traveling even farther into space. The Artemis program began as a continuation of earlier space exploration efforts, especially the famous Apollo missions of the 1960s and 70s. While Apollo focused on reaching the moon for the first time, Artemis had a broader goal. It aims to create a long-term human presence on and around the moon. Before Artemis 2, NASA launched Artemis 1 in 2022. An uncrewed test flight that proved the spacecraft could safely travel to the moon and return. Artemis 2 was the next step, this time sending humans on a journey into deep space. Artemis 2 launched on April 1st, 2026, and it lasted about 10 days. During this time, the crew traveled more than 690,000 miles, which is, I think, over 1,000,000 kilometers. I'll check it out. And flew farther from Earth than any humans in history. The spacecraft used for the mission was called Orion, and it was carried into space by a powerful rocket known as the Space Launch System. The astronauts traveled around the far side of the moon before returning safely to Earth, landing in the Pacific Ocean on April 10th. One of the most important parts of Artemis 2 was testing. The mission allowed NASA to study how well the spacecraft system worked with people on board. This included life support systems, communication, navigation, and protection from the harsh environment of deep space. For the first time in decades, astronauts left the protective magnetic field of Earth and experienced the conditions of deep space. These tests are essential for future missions that will land on the moon and eventually travel to Mars. The crew of Artemis 2 included 4 astronauts, each with a unique background and an important role. The commander was Reed Wiseman, an experienced astronaut and former naval pilot. The pilot was Victor Glover, who made history as the first black astronaut to travel on a lunar mission. Mission specialist Christina Koch also made history as the first woman to journey around the moon. The 4th crew member was Jeremy Hansen from Canada, who became the first non-American astronaut to take part in such a mission. Together, they represented a new era of international cooperation in space exploration. There were so many memorable and human moments during the mission. The astronauts spoke about the emotional experience of seeing Earth from such a great distance. One described Earth as a small and beautiful place in the darkness of space. After returning home, the crew reunited with their families, sharing emotional moments that showed the human side of space travel. Even small details like floating an object used to show zero gravity added a sense of wonder and playfulness to the mission. The importance of Artemis 2 goes beyond its technical success. It has inspired people around the world and reminded us of humanity's ability to explore and achieve different goals. It also showed that space exploration is no longer limited to one country, but is becoming a global effort. The mission proved that humans can once again travel safely into deep space, opening the door to future exploration. Looking ahead, NASA's next step is Artemis 3, which is planned to take astronauts even closer to the moon and prepare for a landing. After that, future missions aim to establish a long-term presence on the moon, including possible bases where astronauts can live and work. These efforts are seen as an important step towards sending humans to Mars in the future. The Artemis 2 mission represents a bridge between past and future. It connects the achievements of the Apollo era with the possibilities of modern space exploration. Through careful planning, international teamwork, and the courage of its astronauts, the mission has shown that the spirit of exploration is still alive. As humanity looks once again toward the moon and beyond, Artemis 2 will be remembered as the mission that helped make that journey possible. All right, thank you guys for listening to the article. Let's take a look at our vocabulary for today. Well, it's a little bit smaller than I expected, but here's the vocabulary. And since it's so small, maybe we don't need to look at it. You have the vocabulary also in the box below on the YouTube channel, so you can take a look at it there. The first word is the word crucial. Crucial. Crucial means a very critical moment that decides the success or failure of something. The next word is continuation. The action of carrying on with something over a period of time. Number 3 is the word broader. This means covering a large number of topics and subjects. Next is the word uncrewed. Uncrewed means not having a crew. It's operated remotely. So if you remember from the article, Artemis 1 was uncrewed and Artemis 2 was crewed. Number 5 is the word harsh. Harsh means unpleasant, cruel, or severe. All right. We also have 5 discussion questions, so please feel free to answer them. And if you send me a message with your answers, I'll definitely reply back. Okay, number 1. Have you ever watched a rocket launch or space program on television? So what was it like? What was your experience? How did you feel? You can tell me all about it. Number 2, when you were younger, did you learn about space or astronauts in school? Number 3, what are the benefits of space exploration? What do you think humanity gains by searching space or investing a lot of money and country cooperation to explore space? Number 4, what do you think the future of space travel will look like in 20 or 30 years? And number 5, our last question. In your opinion, what kind of person should become an astronaut? So please tell me what characteristics or personality traits or intelligence or school background and so on. What kind of those people should become a astronaut? Okay. All right. So that's it for today's lesson. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on this YouTube channel. Okay. Goodbye, everyone.